Hey guys, this is NBZ and it's GameDoods back after the holiday, and this is the first solo review we're doing, and it's just me and I'm reviewing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. So yeah, this game is, it's been a real surprise hit with me. I picked it up in America when I was there, and I was just thinking, what the hell? I might as well take a stab, it's so cheap over there. So I picked it up, and it's become a real surprise hit. I really enjoyed playing it. It took me a while, but it was great all the way through. So basically, what this game is about is you are put into the position of Phoenix Wright, and Phoenix is basically a young attorney. He's just come onto the scene, and he's like coming up to his like first few cases. And basically you come across different situations, different crimes that have taken place, and you just are made to go to court and also like go around finding evidence and stuff and just finding everything out about what's happened. So that's basically the gist of it. Now, the thing that's become synonymous with Phoenix Wright games is the fact that you can shout into your microphone, like hold it or objection, just to have more fun with the game, get more involved. And the good thing is, it's using all the DS's functions. It's using the touchscreen. It's using the microphone. Even though this first game is basically a GBA import from a Japanese original game, it's still pretty good, and it works nicely to use all the DS features. So, what exactly is the driving focus of this game? Well, in my opinion, it would have to be the storyline. This game is very, very text-based, so if you're someone who, for example, doesn't enjoy games which have lots of text, such as Fire Emblem, or, any other sort of RPG, then this really isn't your thing. You're better off jumping off some hills with Mario. But this game is basically story-driven, and it's the main appeal, because if it didn't have a good story, you'd just be clicking through text, and you wouldn't really be enjoying it that much. But the fact that it is such a good story, and there are 5 cases in total that you have to solve, and that it's so gripping throughout, and you never really know what's going to happen. It's always twisting and turning. So that's really a great point to this game. I don't know quite why I like the story so much. Maybe I just, like blood a bit too much, something like that. Or I'm just a bit too obsessed with murders. But yeah, that's pretty much the main focus. And yeah, it makes the game a whole lot better. So, as you can see on screen at the moment, I'm fiddling about with a knife, zooming in, twisting it about, shoving it in my face, and the great thing about Phoenix Wright on the DS is the fact that the last case is a brand new case. It's not from a GBA version, and due to it being on the DS, it can make use of all the extra functionality on it, and that's pretty much really awesome, because it means that you don't have to just be clicking through stuff, and instead of just looking, checking, and there'll be text, you can just move it around and find extra clues. So that's a great thing that they've included. So the gameplay itself is something quite different to what you'd normally expect from, the average game. You have to look at all these cases, 5 in total, of course, and you have to solve them by way of moving around the area that you're part of, and talking to loads of different people, and eventually you'll end up in court. And so in the first case, you're thrown right into court. There's no looking at evidence or anything. So you just go straight in and you try and solve the case. It's like a basic tutorial case, so it's really good for when you're starting out, and it helps quite a lot. When you progress through the rest of the trials, however, you're going to be thrown into loads of different places where, such as jails and stuff. So you can have a look around there, find clues on the floor, and there's loads of stuff to do. You're going to be talking to a lot of people, and when you're in court, you're basically given it's a few days in court, and each day you go out, find some evidence, come back, go to court, discuss what's happened, and that's the main gist of it. In court, you're basically given a few witnesses, and as the witnesses come and go, happenings happen as they do, and you have to try and suss out from the witness what is the thing that's wrong with their statements. And it's quite a good thing. It makes you want to challenge every statement they have, try and make sure you get every little ounce of information out of them, and it's quite key when you want to try and solve the entire case. Of course, though, if you're one of those people who feels in public that they don't really want to shout out "hold it" or "objection" every time they want to make a point, then of course there's the option to just click it. So you don't have to be embarrassed by any of that if you're like playing on the tube going to work or something. So in terms of the graphics on this game, there's not a great deal that it does to push the DS to its limits. In terms of what else it does to push the DS, it uses the microphone and the touchscreen, but the graphics are kept simplified. And there's just a cartoon style in 2D, and in my opinion, it's the best way that they could have done this game. If this game was in 3D, it would really not have been as captivating as it is. The expressions on the characters' faces, for example, are just something that makes it all the more awesome, because it just captivates it so well, much better than a 3D attempt on the DS would do. So even though they are very simple, it's something that you could have gotten back in the days of, SNES and NES. It works perfect, and it's really good for this sort of adventure. So how long will this game last you? Well, in total there are 5 cases, discounting the first case, which is sort of a tutorial that leaves you with about 4 cases. So it can take a while. I mean, if you want to go through it and just get, as fast as you can do that. Try and just click everything you want instead of trying to figure it out. But if you want to really get the best out of it, you should just really get into it and just think. It's a real thinking game. You need to make sure you know what you're doing. The one gripe I'd have with this game is that if you get stuck, it's very, very linear, and you can't really move forward until you've got the one item or you've got the one statement correct, which could take some time. So that's quite a problem sometimes. Some people don't like that. Some people like free roaming, such as Zelda and stuff like that. But if you like that sort of thing and you can get over it, that's fine. Sometimes it gets quite hard, but that's the way it is. So here we are with the final score. I give this game a 9.1 out of 10. I'd say it's a really, really excellent game, and being a 2D, sort of adventure on the DS, it's quite a brave attempt by the developers, but it's paid off and it's worked really well. Yeah, it may last you a while, it may not. Depends what sort of a person you are. But if you're wanting something different, if you don't want the usual, you want to get away from your Zelda, your Mario, then this is definitely the game to pick up. It's a really wicked game, and I hope you enjoy it if you try it out. So thanks very much, guys. Comment, rate, subscribe, and hopefully we'll be back soon, me and Jack White the 5th, reviewing Mario Galaxy. So look forward to that. See you guys.